Anne had become an obstacle to Henry's dynastic ambitions. She had many enemies in court. Rumours of witchcraft, adultery, treason, even trumped-up charges of incest with her brother gave Henry the opportunity he needed. Anne was arrested and taken to the Tower. Tried and found guilty, she was sentenced to be executed. As she awaited death, Anne had violent mood swings. One moment she was laughing, the next crying. Then a calm overcame her. She sent a message to Henry requesting that her head be cut off with a sword, not an axe. The axe was messy and often took more than one stroke. The morning of May the 19th, 1536, a flock of scavenging ravens gathered to watch as Anne Boleyn was led into the courtyard of Tower Green. When the inevitable moment came, the executioner readied the sword behind her back. Anne looked forwards, and before she knew what was happening, eyewitnesses reported the executioner smote off her head at a stroke. Major General Geoffrey Field is Governor of Her Majesty's Tower of London. Do you know what happened to her body?
Well, I know the story of what happened. Immediately after the execution, the executioner picked up the head and displayed it to the crowd who had gathered to see the execution. And the story goes that the eyes continue to move and the lips continue to move for several seconds after the beheading. The body was then put into an arrow chest. Apparently there was no coffin available for some reason. Put into an arrow chest with the head tucked under her arm, and she was then buried in the chapel of St. Peter at Vincula, which was immediately behind the execution site.
Within 24 hours of Anne's burial, King Henry married his new wife. But headstrong in life, Anne Boleyn's spirit was not to be denied by death. An apparition has been sighted near where Anne spent her last days. In 1864, a Tower of London employee working there suddenly felt a cold mist around him. A woman's figure emerged. As the worker stood watching in wonder, the figure turned towards him. But where a face should have been, there was nothing. Do you believe in ghosts?
There are things which happen to people. They haven't happened to me, but they've happened to my wife, for example, and other people I know in the tower, which are difficult to explain by any sort of normal physical explanation.
A frail apparition dwells in a parallel universe, trapped between reality and the beyond. Are these restless souls condemned for eternity to walk this blood-stained earth, tormenting the human psyche? We've encountered some victims of England's long, harsh history. Perhaps we better leave this haunted tower before we too lose our heads. Have we persuaded you that the castle ghosts of England are real? I'm convinced that right now, somewhere, a ghost is preparing to make its nightly rounds, and another haunting will soon be underway.